You live, baby.
Oh, I didn't hear the music. What's good? What's good? Had to do with family. It's your girl Dre and Nicole. And I guess I wasn't ready. I didn't hear the music, but I hope y'all heard the music. Um, it is Friday night between 9 and 10, and you're mine for the next hour. So we have a great clothing designer coming on, talk about his brand and everything. We're gonna get into that. I hope everybody had a good and eventful week. My week was good. I went to the dentist. I got a tooth pulled, y'all. I hope y'all can't see it. And don't look for it either. Like, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But it's funny how, like, the doctors, when they telling you, what could be or whatever, they give you the worst case scenario and you think that you're gonna be laid up all day, damn near dying or whatever. And I've been cool. Like, I've been cool. The first day, because of the anesthesia, yeah, I was asleep all day for the most part. But I haven't taken a painkiller yet. And I just been chilling. I just been chilling. People been calling, checking up on me, like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, Brooklyn, New York. I'm just built different. That's the best way I could think of it. Because even in September, I had to have a blood transfusion. Y'all know I'm always telling my business to y'all. Always telling my business to y'all. So in September, I had to have a blood transfusion, right? The doctor called me and was like, you have to go to the hospital right now. Tell him you need an emergency blood transfusion. Your hemoglobin is extremely low. Now, if you don't know, your hemoglobin is supposed to be between 10 and 14, right? Mine was at a 3.5. It was at a 3.5, y'all. And I get to the emergency room and the nurses and the doctors is like, how did you get here? I'm like, I drove here. Not only did I drive there, but I've had a blood transfusion before. I knew I was going to be in there for a few hours. I stopped and got me a sandwich. I got some water. I had apple juice. I packed an extra blanket because I'd be cold all the time with a 3.5 hemoglobin. No wonder. I be cold all the time. And it's like, I did all these things, drove myself to the emergency room, and they were surprised that I was walking. I don't know. I don't know. But I thank God every day for my resiliency and my endurance. But I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, we just realized that voting has closed for the Yo ATL Raps Video Music Awards. As y'all know, I was up for 4 awards. I was up for um, R&B Soul Female of the Year, R&B of the Year, Queen of Stage, and Music Matters. So voting is closed. The site is shut down. Y'all, I hope y'all did the damn thing. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. Like, I just want one, Lord. I just want one. I just want one. I want to stay consistent. I don't want to fall off and not get nothing. Man, like, no, I don't want to do that. I want at least one. So hopefully I get at least one. Right now it's in God's hands. We're going to pray on it. Manifest it. However you say it. Manifesting to me is just prayer, but however y'all want to say it, manifest it. Pray for it. Name it and claim it. However y'all want to say it. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to see. We're going to find out. Okay. So I'm going to get into the bio of our guest tonight. His name is Mario, but everyone calls him Rio. He is a designer originally from St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. He got into clothing art and design at a very young age and never stopped doing it, but didn't take it seriously till about 2010. Then he started his first brand called Kid Vintage, which later on became Fly to Death Clothing Inc. And even years later, after he moved to ATL, things actually began to get serious. All of his Fly to Death pieces are handmade. He also taught himself how to sew and how to make an actual sneaker. He also has a background in art. Throughout his childhood, he's taken every art class they offered in school, even ceramics. With all his knowledge, he hoped to build a brand that lasts forever because fly shit lasts a lifetime. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Every time I read the name of his clothing brand, I think about Fresh to Death like $1,000,000. Fresh to Death like $1,000,000, but his is Fly to Death. So, without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Mr. Mario, aka Rio.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, welcome to Had to Do It podcast because we had to do it.
Yeah,
We just had to do it.
yeah. You got to.
Got to big up your brand. I was reading your bio and it made me think of my youngest son. He likes to customize sneakers,
Mhm.
like paint them and
Yeah,
redecorate them and this
yeah.
and that. I got sneakers upstairs that he had did for me and everything. And I was like, it just sounds like the same type of beginning.
It is.
So
It is.
what was the actual like inspiration for you to be like, I want to design clothes?
Oh man, that's some personal question. Uh, I never told nobody this. This is really, really personal. It's very, 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 very personal, and it's kind of embarrassing. Uh, when I was a kid, I'm talking about like young, like under the age of 10, maybe like 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Just very young. And my mom, she took very good care of us. Like, we was dressing like grown men when we were kids. Our mom, she kept us together, grease face, everything, And and everybody always complimented me and my little brother on how our parents was because our mom and it go back to our grandma and great grandma and all this like that. But when I was young, I used to get myself together for every day. My brother, a different story. He a different type of person. But my mama, I wasn't a kid that my mom had to say, "Oh, set your clothes out for the next day." I enjoyed it. I would set my fit out, set my shoes out, my book bag, everything would go together to coordinate. And when I used to put my clothes on in the morning, I had this body mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I used to look in the body mirror every morning uncontrollably. I would look in the body mirror and I would get hard. Like like I would get I would get hard. And it just it I always wonder why. Like when I and it always happened the same way, same time every morning, put my clothes on, I look at myself, I'm like, oh yeah, boom.
Cause you knew you was doing it. You knew you was getting it.
I'm like, damn, why am I so excited about this? Like, why am I so like physically inside my body? Like, why is this turning me on? Like that's a true story, like real life story. Nobody ever asked me the right question to get that out of me, but yeah, man.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
Man, that this shit,
I
this
need to
shit,
know what inspired this path. Everybody got an inspiration story. You know what
this
I'm saying? Everybody got a story of what led them to what they
yeah,
passionate about.
yeah, this shit go back. This is not something that I like. I was just talking to my mom and I was telling her, like, when I go places within my industry of fashion, like art shows and runway shows, fashion shows, pop-up shops, I'm probably always 9 times out of 10, I'm probably the oldest person there.
Mm,
Yeah. And it made me think back to the old heads when I was coming up and how they would react with me. You know, I had a good older homeboy. He was actually my manager. I worked at Champs, and he would always say, "Man, when you walked up on your interview, I thought you were going to be of the alternative group."
mm,
Meaning, he thought I was going to be
mm-hmm,
a man,
mm-hmm,
and he said, "Well, when you start talking, I knew you weren't gay." But
mm-hmm.
then I got to know you, and I just realized because he's older, so he's looking at it in a more mature standpoint. He like, man, you really are ahead of your generation.
Right.
Everything going to seem like everybody is behind you, everybody is late, everybody is catching up to some shit you thought about years and years, and sure shit don't stink. I'm so motherfucking past my generation. I'm in another younger generation.
Mm,
Like I'm not even with my people. My people don't even fuck with me like that because they don't get me.
right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's always the younger people or my kids influence me. They into the shit. I got identical twin daughters, and my one of my twin daughters, she sews.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's in my blood.
right.
It's in my blood. I'm a sexy man. Look at me. I'm sexy.
Okay, so I gotta ask, what is your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that.
Sting. Boink. For real.
I really thought you was gonna say Leo because
And
Leo always
hold,
forget.
pause. Leo and Scorpio are either the best of friends or they the worst of enemies. My son is a Leo. My childhood friend, this guy named Buddy from back home, he's a Leo. So you got the right vibe and energy. I'm just not a narcissist.
Hey. All Leos are not narcissistic, okay?
The male ones that I have met are
Okay, male
the
Leo,
male ones.
yeah.
Well, I met one female though. I met one female Leo that was like that too, but
It was probably learned behavior.
I'm sure she was a joke. But yeah.
Because I'm a Leo. And we always get labeled with being, cocky and confident. And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? When we walk in the room, we own the room and this,
Yeah.
that, and the other.
For sure.
But it's not like something that we try to do.
No, hell no, hell no. No, I like that about y'all. Actually, I like that. I like that. I don't
But
think
you said one of your kids is a Leo. When's their birthday?
August 16th. That's my son. That's a little more. That's a
You
little.
lying. You lying.
I swear to God, August 16th. And my uncle Lamont, God rest his soul, August 16th.
I'm August 16th.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. I love my uncle and my son. I love them. The dude, my friend Buddy, who I was telling you about, August
Mhm.
16th.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm August 16th and my youngest son is August 7th.
Mm. Y'all just a bunch of lions in the house. Rawr.
Man, listen. Listen. Some days he's like my worst nemesis.
Yeah.
Other days,
Yeah.
that's my road dog.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you.
Like he 10 toes down for his mama. I will say that.
I like Leos because they think for themselves. I can deal with all the other shit, but Leos, they ain't followers.
Right.
So I love that. I like originality. I like people that think for themselves, can make their own decisions, and at the same time take advice from another person. I like that.
Right.
I like that.
Right. Because you don't know everything.
Nah, nah. So
So, okay. So when you had the brand Kid Vintage,
mhm.
exactly what did that brand consist of?
Street shit. I made that brand. I made that brand. Incarcerated.
Mm,
I did a. I did a robbery, and my homeboy told on me, and I went to jail. But the irony in that whole situation was when I went to jail, I wrote a statement and I admitted to what I did,
mm-hmm,
and I sat in jail for like 8 months. We call that a county year
mm,
because 8 months in jail equivalents to a year when you free. So I sat in there like 8 months. I never went up for indictment. And
mm,
the judge scratched her head on the 8 month like, Mr. Crump, I don't know, you should have been indicted before you was booked on these type of charges. You got an A robbery with an ACA. That go anywhere from 5 years papers to 45 years in the penitentiary with 3 to 10 mandatory.
mm.
And you wrote a statement. You admitted to doing this crime. So I don't know why you haven't been indicted. So she set my court date for that same day, but in the afternoon, because court is in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
She said if when you come back for court this afternoon, if they ain't indicted you, I'm just let you go home.
Mm.
And that's what happened. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I just blame it on God because I did it. I did do the crime, and a lot of my cellmates and people I was in my pod with was they didn't understand. Like, well, you did the crime. They know you did the crime, but we sitting here, we got to fight. And I ain't even do what they said I did, but that's at the end of the day, it's still my word against theirs. But it just for my situation, I'm cooperating because I don't have nothing to hide. I did the crime. I don't.
Right.
So I don't know if that's God or conviction or what it is, but a lot of those young guys, I had to sit them down and talk to them like, hey, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this. I came in forthcoming with information. I didn't snitch on nobody else that was involved. And this is what's happening.
Right.
So,
Right. Well, that's because there's other intentions for your life, but you had to go through that
yeah.
to don't get me to preaching.
But that's real though. That's real though. I thought I was supposed to be there.
Right. But you had to go through that so that God could reveal himself to you.
Oh my God. That's what happened in there. That's what happened. That's literally what happened in there. I called home. I fussed at my mom. I fussed at my uncle because he's an ordained minister. I said, hey, y'all all in this church and do all this. Why you never told me that God sacrificed his only son to take our sins and he ain't do nothing? We the dirty ones and he take all the blame. And he said, nephew, I did tell you that. You just couldn't receive it until where you at right now.
Exactly.
That's literally what happened, what you just said. And shortly after that, I got out.
See? See? Sometimes God puts us in situations where he has to show us
Yeah.
who's God.
Yeah, nah, man. Hey, because I tell you what, I done been hood rich 3, 4 times over. I didn't touch money. I done did shit. I done been Superman. I done saved the city. I done did everything that I could out of the streets. I done started businesses out of the streets. I done did everything that you could possibly think of. It's like it's nothing else for me to do but besides go through the struggle I would have went through in my early 20s in
Right.
in my mid to late 30s. That's what happened. So
Nice. Nice.
oh,
So
man, this my mama. I had to turn her off. Hold on. I'm gonna have to call you back, mama. Now she always, you know what, my mama, I called her earlier. I planning a trip for us to go to Miami in July,
Hmm.
and I called her hours ago, but she always called me back in the middle of something. It never fails.
Oh, hey Jamel, vocals by Jamel. Hey, hey, girl. That's that's actually a vocal coach extraordinaire.
Hmm.
She has coached many, many, many amazing people. She has worked with many amazing people,
Hmm.
and she chose to work with me, and I love her to death. And shout out to Vocals by Jamel. She got interviewed a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. So okay. So what's the difference between kid vintage and fly to death clothing?
Man, you asking all the questions. Man, this shit ain't This is a story. This is a story. This ain't.
That's
Uh,
what we do. We tell our story here.
people think the kid. I wish I had a picture of the kid. It's so old. I did that shit long ago. But the kid, everybody think it's me.
Mm,
They think the kid is me, but the kid is actually the fly.
mm,
So it go from the kid to the fly to a more elevated fly, which is it's like the fly is really an alien from outer space.
okay.
So, but it's transitions and it's confusing because I dropped the kid first.
Mm-hmm.
But and people don't understand, like, how did the fly come? Well, the fly was always around, it was just inside of the kid. The fly.
Mm.
It's an actual fly, but it's a metaphor. The fly. Like his style, his charisma, his attitude, his how you say the Leos are, his energy to draw all the attention to him when he comes in the room. All of that stuff was inside of him. That's what the fly represents.
So he had to. So kid had to mature
Yes.
into the fly.
It go deeper. It go even when he a baby. I got a like a little kid line called Baby Cato. Cato is a Greek. Is a Greek, basically a Greek young old person. It's a wise kid, basically a wise.
Mm.
That's what Cato stand for. So it's just I'm doing this shit by myself. I got a brother that's an artist. I met some other artists down here. I'm gonna start working with. So all of this shit will form and make sense at the end of the day, but it's a process. So it's really no difference between the kid and the fly, except the fact that the kid is just whatever that what is it whatever a butterfly turns into, whatever it is before it turns into a butterfly. That's what the kid is. The
Oh, the caterpillar.
the caterpillar, right? The butterfly is the fly. You see what I'm saying? And then it go even further. Like it's a way more deeper. It's like I was working with a little baby sewing machine. Now I got the big dog.
Right.
It's an even bigger dog than this. That's when the fly turn into the alien. That's when shit get crazy. Like, like for real. Like even just from an artist standpoint, it's like I gotta give myself a chance to develop. That's why I stopped selling clothes. I stopped selling it. And I'm focusing more on building the relationships, working on these different designs that's in my head.
Hmm.
I don't draw inspiration from other clothing brands. I don't look at it. So I listen to music. I smoke. I got a girl I'm in love with. She is inspiring in some ways as far as the clothes. My kids, my mom, all that stuff is more my inspiration. I really don't draw inspiration from other designs, and people don't like that. Like I tell people, I don't do customs. I had a back and forth with Sale about it. He like, but it's custom. I'm like, Sale, explain to me what a custom is. and he really couldn't. And I explained to him. I said, "Sell, that's your idea. If I do a custom, I'm doing your idea.
Mm.
I'm not trying to tell nobody else's story but mine. You gonna wear me. That's what you gonna wear. I'm not. I don't care. Like customs, that's more personal. Okay, Chrome Heart. Chrome Heart created pieces, custom pieces for special people, which that they
Mm-hmm.
have special relationships with, because it's a personal thing. A random person come up to me telling me how to do some shit, I'm probably not gonna be as receptive to it if somebody that I love and care about is saying they want me to do something a certain type of way. Then not okay. You the only person that will ever have this piece. That's a custom.
Right.
I'm designing. I'm a designer. I got a storyline. I got all that shit that come with a designer. I even could make a blueprint if I wanted to.
Mm.
So it's like I'm trying to get away from the custom shit. I just did a custom for a company. This young lady, this company I'm supposed to do a collab with. She throwing her friend a surprise party, and it's a Playboy edition party they throwing.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me this bodysuit with Marilyn Monroe, all her vintage pictures, all over with Playboy. And she said, "Can I take Marilyn Monroe off and put her friend on?" I said, "Yeah, send me some pictures of your friend." So I did my digital thing. I got a guy in Conyers. He a good friend of mine, Calvin, Mr. Custom Prince in Conyers. Y'all need to. He a industrial nigga. He got multi-million-dollar machines in his warehouse. He printing on the whole piece of fabric. Like that's the type of shit he doing.
Mm.
So I had him print on the little stretchy shit. I don't like using that, but that's what girls like. They like stretchy
Mm-hmm. The
spandex.
spandex.
Yeah. So um, and I did that, and it was nerve wracking. I don't like it. I don't like. I just like being free. I don't
So
like being boxed in. Like
right. So, but what if somebody like told you their story and said like, do what the story inspires you to do?
now, see, that's different because okay, I got a lot of that doing custom sneakers. Because a lot of people see me from when I was a kid, they didn't have Angelus Direct paint. Angelus Direct is a paint company that created a leather formula that can absorb into leather without cracking when it bends.
Mm.
Back in the day, me and a couple other guys, we used to mix latex paint with acrylic paint and try to create that formula. Just it still would crack, some more than others, and we was doing a lot of repairs, but once I started getting good at that shit, people, that's what they would say. They like, well, it's the 4th of July, do what you want. Or my grandmama died, do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I like that. But like I did some shit for SB Schoolie, the rapper
Mm-hmm.
that signed the 2 Chains.
Mm-hmm.
I unfollowed him.
Oh.
I unfollowed him. I get it. He's an artist. I get it. But I just ain't with that. I ain't with that. I ain't with the. And then I'm from St. Louis. Our city is the show me state. So that's our mantra. Like you gotta show me. Like I'm from the
Mm.
show me state. So like when I was in the streets and I was doing my thing and I had money, you couldn't look at me and say, "Man, it seemed like he got money, but I don't know." Now
Mm.
you know. Everybody here got a new pair of shoes. I don't even know y'all.
Mm.
Like so if I'm coming in and I'm suited and booted, I'm an authentic nigga. Like if I'm gonna put on a whole Gucci fit, I got whole Gucci money in my pocket with it. If I'm
Right.
if I'm finna go spend $2,500 on a Louis wallet, I got 10K that can't fit in the wallet. Like I just I just I don't know.
We gonna get into that, but there was a question in the chat. Vocals by Jamel said, "Do you work with resin?"
Man, man, she the 10th person that asked me that. I don't know why people keep asking me that. People ask me, do I do epoxy flooring, all this other stuff? I don't. Yeah, I love resin. I didn't resin all type of shit, shoes, but I want to get into designing furniture dealing with resin.
Mm.
That's what I want to do. So yeah, I fuck with resin. It stink, but I fuck with it. Yeah, for real. It's like a fumey thing. You gotta wear,
Mm.
you gotta wear the mask with the Bane mask. When you
Oh, okay.
fumey like bad, like it'll make your eyes bleed type shit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh. Okay. Well, back to what you were saying, like if you're gonna have like a whole Gucci outfit, you got the
Yeah.
money to back it up, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
It so it's a irk for me
Mm-hmm.
when people like they invest all this money
Mm-hmm.
into these name brand things,
Mm-hmm.
but then you're living in a room
Yeah. See.
or you don't have any money saved. You have a $10,000 purse, but you're living in the projects.
Yeah. That's it. That's what it is. That's how I go. That's how I go.
And that's always been crazy to me. Now, me, I grew up in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I my mom wasn't like, she kept me looking well,
Yeah.
but she wasn't like the name brand
Yeah.
person. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't grow up chasing brands,
Right.
but I would make the cheaper stuff look good.
Right. Now that's fly.
And honestly, still do. I'll walk out this bitch in a pair of sneakers that was $9.95 and get so many compliments
Yeah.
on my $9.95 sneakers
Yeah.
while people is standing online or waiting for the sale to drop on the internet or whatever for Jordans,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody will ever say anything to them about their sneakers.
But you know why? It's because people are getting tired of seeing the same old shit. Like it's a lot of fast fashion, and it's a lot of things that it still serves a purpose though. That's why I don't knock nobody. Like you gotta run to the store, you gotta run and get an oil change or something. You throwing a essential sweatsuit. It's everything. That's how I am. Like I got every layer. Like I'm gonna put on clothes. It gonna look like something everywhere I go. It don't matter if I'm putting on hooping shorts. I got some in the cut for these
Right,
hooping shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like they just some hooping shorts, but I look nice.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I went to a military school, so that they in the military they ram this in your brain because it's a fucked up situation. You in the military or you in a military school. They teach you to make the best out of a bad or worse or not so enthusiastic situation. Like drill it in you. So it's really I just look at everything like the glass half full. Even that shit with Schoolie and that shit, like I just took it like, okay, this is the culture down here. Fake it till you make it. I ain't saying he faking or doing nothing like that, but it's just weird to walk up to me with pounds of jewelry on and you trying to get a bargain.
right.
I'm the broke nigga. I'm the artist just like you. You know what I'm saying? At this particular time, now I ain't broke. I'll tell you a story how I ain't broke. You know, uh uh I never did that to people back home when I was the nigga with all the money. Like I didn't I'm talking about never fucking I can cook. When I have my kids, I have them. Ain't
Hmm.
no, ain't no weekend thing. They with me for months at a time. I gotta enroll them in school and do all the shit the same thing a single mother would do. I got their own rooms. Bitches come over to the crib. Excuse me. Women come over to the crib. They Why you got all this bitch? I'm a daddy. You ain't never seen a nigga. You ain't never seen a nigga take care of his kids by himself, bitch. I got all types
Probably
of
not. That's
snacks,
the problem.
Cheez-Its, and it's Kool-Aid and juice. I got a big ass TV right here. I got 3 TVs in my room alone. I don't even know what TV to watch. Yeah, this how we live. This how we living here. My kids, they come over here. It's fun. We having fun. I'm fun daddy. You know, but that's just weird. Like, nah, nigga. If you gonna look at Mario and be like, oh man, you got some money. Yeah. Yeah, I got some. I look like I got some money. Like, I'm not finna look like I got some. I'm not finna look like I got a big dingaling and then pull out a little winky woo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna look. I'm not finna be all buff. And then come up, pull my breakaway pants off, and I got a little.
I'm
Nah,
done.
I ain't that type of nigga. I just, if I was ever broke or fucked up, I stayed to myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to, you know, and whenever I wasn't fucked up, I ain't lead with the money. I still led with my real personality. Like, I'm a player. I'm a player type of nigga. I don't do that.
I feel like even if you have money, you should still lead with your authentic self because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the fascination over the money is going to wear off. When you build in a relationship with a person, whether it's romantically or any type of relationship,
Money come and go, man. That's the
at the
most.
end of the day, the infatuation with the money is going to wear off if you're a fucked up person.
Yeah.
Nobody going to give a shit what's in your wallet if
Mm-mm.
you're not, if your character is
You're
not
not
on
gonna be
point.
able to buy your way out of it after a while. No. No.
For real. Um, yeah, because I saw this other podcast, and he was like, women is too independent and this, that, and the other. And if you think that you're going to just talk to me any old kind of way, then, I'm not going to buy that hair salon that you want. And I'm not going to do this that you want. And I was like, well, if she's really about her business, she won't need to ask you to buy it.
You know what, man? This relationship stuff on these podcasts, I just wish people would just stop putting themselves in this bracket of things being the way that whatever they said back in the day. Everybody want to blame it on the white man. You don't got to do what the white man say no more, bitch. You free. Like, whatever type of relationship you got, lock in on that, figure that out, because this whole person is not the person the white man was fucking with 1,000 years ago. However,
Right. And
however,
not only about the white man, but people will be like, our grandmothers did this and our grandmothers did
man,
that. And that's
fuck all
great.
that. Fuck
That's
all that.
and, and
I
that
claim the
that's
51st.
great. That's amazing or whatever. But let me tell you something about my grandmother. Okay. My grandmother was married. I don't even know how many years she was married because this man is not my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Married for so many years. She left him because he was physically abusing her.
Mm-hmm.
She left him at a time where she couldn't get a checking account on her own. She wasn't able to purchase a house on her own, only because laws, women could not do these things.
Yeah.
She couldn't get a bank account. She couldn't get a house. No, none of that. But she left him anyway
Yeah.
and said, I will figure it out.
Yeah. They're independent.
She ended up working for New York City Transit. And yeah, we was in the projects, but she had a roof over her head
Mm-hmm.
and she survived.
Yeah.
She survived that shit. A lot of women back then was staying in marriages not because they were so in love,
Right.
because of lack of choices.
Right. But that's the man. I blame the man. I don't teach. I got daughters. I don't teach that.
Mm-hmm.
My woman I'm not even gonna use my current woman. I'm gonna just use a ex woman
Mm-hmm.
who may have came to their senses after so many years. Uh, Motherfucker told me, hey man, if I ever was fucked up, I I wouldn't be, because I watched you make money out of nothing for so many
Mm-hmm.
years. It's like I learned so much from you, like survival wise. I just learned so much. Like that's the type of shit I'm giving off. Like my woman gonna be able to lead my ass. Like she gonna have the money. She gonna have the money, the car. She gonna have her own shit going on. She gonna be able to leave, if she want. If she could, she gonna be sufficient to leave me. If things ain't working out in a relationship, she gonna have some shit to take out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't tell my daughters that. So how am I gonna look a woman in the face and just pull everything away from her, take care of everything though at the same time, but just kind of cripple her? Really, that's what niggas do. Niggas only do that shit to trap you. It's just like knocking you up unwantedly. Like, yeah, quit your job. Yeah, I'll pay the bills. Yeah. All right, as soon as all right, bitch, go make me a salad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. And
like
that's exactly what was happening back in the days. And that happens sometimes now. And that's what I tell people. And sometimes it's not just that. Like there was a woman on TikTok and she was on TikTok crying,
Mhm,
not because her husband left her,
mhm,
but he passed away. And he always took care of her.
mhm.
Straight out of college, they got married. She was the stay-at-home mom, stayed home with the kids and this, that, other. Now here it is, 25 years later. He passed away. She has no skills.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
She
saying.
has no skills to provide for the family. She's trying to figure it out. And she is on social media crying because she don't know what to do.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, he was taking care of her, this, that, other. But like you said, in a way, it crippled her because she was not prepared for his absence.
Yeah. Yeah. It can happen like that too. I just, you know.
And some men these days, they don't understand that. And this is probably why I'm single, because I'm prepared for your absence. I've been taking care of myself for a long time.
It's a hard balance. It's I don't
Right.
feel bad for y'all, man. Honestly, I probably get ridiculed for that from the dudes or whatever, or like how they talk about Sierra husband, whatever. You know, it could be a balance. I always say, we grown
Right.
adults, right? When you grow up, the object of adulthood is to find balance and stride. That's how you grow. So if you are an independent woman, like, okay, I'll break it down like this. You got two choices. You got your naturally feminine, can't help it, don't have a hard side, don't have a independent bone in their body woman, where you have the liberated woman who speaks out, who is opinionated, who has things going for herself, who makes her own decisions. You have to choose. That's all. That's
Mhm.
literally the choices that we have. Like, and it's nothing wrong with either or. You just gotta be self-aware. Self-awareness is a big thing. It associates with better relationships, better jobs like corporate jobs, better businesses, better family relationships. It just relates to all the things when you're self-aware that you can grow from.
Right. Because I don't understand, why does it have to be either or? Why does it have to be either the man provides everything or the woman is too independent? Why can't we be partners? Why
We
can't we
have
partner
it,
up? We bringing our lives together. Let's bring our lives together and build off of that. If you got and I got, imagine what we could do together with some assistance
yeah,
from each other.
yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know
how
what
I
I'm
feel.
saying? Like, what's that song? That song from Empire from V. Bozeman. There's a line that she says in the song. She says, "We were supposed to be an empire. Why
Yeah.
can't we build an empire?"
Ego, jealousy, type of shit, nigga. Women too. I mean, I don't speak on.
Yeah, no, seriously, no. It goes both ways because some women can be too independent for their own good.
Yeah, and that's real for you to
You know
say.
what I'm saying? Like
That's
you,
real.
you do
That's
have to. You do have to compromise when you intertwine in your life with somebody else. There's compromise on both sides.
that's what's
You
up.
know what I'm saying? Both sides have to compromise something.
Yeah,
There's no way that you could bring your life together with somebody else without some sort of compromise.
Me and
Now,
my
I'm not saying
my
compromise everything about you and become something else. No, but there's give and take. You know what I'm saying? Everything that a man is doing should not attack your independenthood, and just like everything that a woman is doing should not attack your manhood.
yes, yes. People got to learn that though. I guess I don't know. You got to be self aware first though. That's the first thing.
Right,
You can't just go around blaming everybody else for your problems. Like, come on, man.
right, right. Because I've had my time where I was hyper independent or whatever, but I was never like, oh, I don't need you and this and the other. No, I'm lying. I would say it's not about needing you, it's about wanting you.
Right. And that's
Because
a good feeling. That's a good feeling.
like I could need you. I of course I would it would be great to have somebody to pay half the bills in here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's real.
That
That's
would be amazing. Yeah, I would need that. But if I don't like you
right.
as a person,
Right.
then I'm good on that. Because
Right.
I ain't paying these bills by myself. You
Right.
still have to be a good person.
I think a lot of
I don't
niggas
care how
that
much money you bring to the table. If you
oh,
an asshole millionaire, I ain't got time for it.
yeah. Yeah.
I ain't got time for it. I need to be mentally right.
It ain't a lot of women like that though. It's a lot more women going for the dollar amount than women saying no behind morals and values. So it, it's just like it's the man fault on the women's side, it's the women fault on the man's side. It's like we all are connected in some type of way. Like I'm not finna sit up. I've never did that. I've never said I don't want no woman. Or I
Hmm.
don't need no woman. Now I might have said I need to take a break. I didn't, but I want that. Like
Right.
girls don't know this about dudes. I guess I wanted a family. I wanted to, have kids and have a family and do the thing, just like the girls fantasize about. Dudes fantasize about it too.
Hmm.
So I just think people egos be in the way. That's all it could be because what I'm going through now in my relationship is something on another level. I mastered all this. Now, what about this right here? Let's focus on this right here because you got to let that side of you go generally for business. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Hmm.
I have another business. This is not even the breadwinning business. We grew our commercial. We have a commercial cleaning business together. Me and my girl, we grew that to a 6-figure business in 3 years. That's how I ain't broke. Like that's how So it's like in the commercial cleaning industry, it got a bad energy around it because it's janitorial work. So a lot of the battle between me and a lot of the contacts is I'm not a janitor. I'm working the janitor job aspect of my business, but the company that you hired to do this job, I own it.
Right.
I own the company. It's legal documentation. Then when I get to talking like this, yes, LLC, limited liability. Now they like, how a janitor know this? Like, because I'm not a janitor, sir. I just am at the point of my business where I'm starting to hire employees, and I haven't done it yet because I'm nervous and a whole bunch of other shit I'm not finna explain to you because I'm a grown ass man. But I'll figure it out.
Right.
Figure it out.
Right. Well, kudos to you and your lady
Yeah,
for building a business together. See, this is what I'm talking about.
it's
Let's
compromise.
come together and build.
Yeah,
I built my table to this point. You built your table to this point. Instead of you coming to my table or me coming to your table, let's pull these motherfuckers together and see what we can do.
yeah. It's simple math. You're gonna have less by yourself. You're gonna have more with somebody else. It just I don't get the simple math. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But men, just so that they could feel, some men, just so that they could feel like they have control, they rather gain a liability than a partner.
Yeah, because they don't want to. They
Which
don't
is
want to deal with.
crazy to me.
They don't want to deal with because the liberated woman gonna make you think she gonna. It's you're not gonna be able to be a bum. She gonna mentally. If you, it's the same way with it flip like a around the way girl dealing with a full businessman. Like he's witty, he thinks fast, he moves fast on his feet. He can change, you know, if things go this way, he can move, he can shake. Like so, you know, it's like you gotta meet him halfway. And at some
Hmm.
points he gotta dumb it down for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't think as where I'm at right now, and I'm glad that people on Facebook watching this because these are my St. Louis people. These are the people that hate to love me on her on this live. Ain't none of y'all hoes would have been able to do the shit that Joy did with me. I just want y'all to know that I'm not gonna even say no names, but you hoes know who you are. None of y'all hoes. It's no question. I had to look. I had to tell. I had to. I'm the nigga. I'm the brain. I didn't have to tell bitches, hey, you don't know if you gonna like me living in the same house. You like me all like this. You don't know, like when I'm grumpy, if you gonna be able to deal.
I had this conversation. I had this conversation in a bar at a cigar lounge,
Yeah.
and they thought that I was crazy when I said, because women was like, well, you know, a man knows if he likes you within at least the first couple of months or whatever. I was like, okay, but it may take me a couple of years to realize if I really want to deal with him. I need to see him and his reactions in
Thank
all
you.
seasons of his life. I need to see him angry. I need to see him sad. I need to see
Yeah.
him happy. I need to see him in the summer, winter, spring, fall. I don't care if he liked me in 2 months. Now I'm trying to figure out if I like you.
Right.
It
Girls
ain't about
always
you just
say
liking
that.
me. It's about me liking you too.
Girls always say that dumbass shit. Oh, a man don't gotta take that long to know if he want to marry you. That's true. That's true. A man really do know quickly. Like it don't take that long. It's literally like, oh yeah, this wifey. But when is the question? When is what he don't know?
Right.
When is the whole thing like when is this supposed to happen? When the nigga don't know when. So it's he know yeah, but he don't know when. Like like girls don't get that. Like girls don't get like all the girls say, oh, you a man, you supposed to provide and blah. No, listen, I want to choose the woman that I provide for. I'm not just because I'm a man and you're a woman, I'm supposed to no. I gotta choose you. Just like you gotta choose me
Right.
to
Right.
hump you. Like it's your choice to get the hump. You know what I'm saying? Like I had this conversation with a stripper. I got a stripper contract. One of my commercial cleaning contracts
Mm-hmm.
is a strip club.
Mm.
And I had a conversation with one of the strippers, and she like, "You don't like seeing pussy?" Because my whole thing is this: I got to start from the bar and work my way to they dressing area because the bar is
Mm-hmm.
important to be
Mm-hmm.
because the bartenders come in first and set up and blah 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 like that. So
Right.
I told her that I'm like, yeah. She asked me to do some extra shit. I'm like, yeah, I do it, but I be trying to hurry up and get out of here for all. Yeah, I like seeing pussy, but just because it's a pussy don't mean I want to look at it. I don't want to look at y'all pussy. I don't know y'all. She looked at me like this. Huh? I said, no, I don't care. I got pussy. I got a fat one at the crib. I'm good. I'm straight, bro. I don't want to be in here when you bitches come in here taking off your clothes. No, ma'am. That's weird to me. We not.
Right.
I'm not partying. I'm the cleaning company, man. So while I'm cleaning, vacuum, I got the backpack back on. You want me to? Nah, bitch. I want to go home to that one. That's the one I want to go see. I want to see that one.
Right. And kudos to you for that. Okay, we got like about 4.5 minutes left. I want you to let everybody know where they can follow you, keep up with you, um, so they can find out what's going on with clothing and the gear when you're ready to drop. Just let them know everything.
Okay. All right, y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right, bet. So y'all can go. Y'all can find me on IG. It's Fly to Death Clothing underscore custom kicks or ftdclothing.customkicks.inc. You can find me on Facebook. It's Thank You for Being Fly Rio. That's TH. No, Thank You for Being Fly. The first letters of those words, Rio, on Facebook. Same thing on Instagram or Fly Lab on TikTok rather. Uh, I ain't really dropping nothing. I'm just really building relationships and just playing with the designs. Really, I'm not really too geeked about dropping nothing. I got a few uh, collection ideas. I do.
Hmm.
I'm more willing to work with a manufacturer now. So that's probably the most new thing. Like I never wanted to work with a manufacturer, but now it's like okay, I'm still making the pieces. I'm just sending the pieces to the manufacturer with a tech pack, which is a blueprint.
Right.
So that's pretty much that. And then I got some stuff coming up with the new pieces I've made so far. We're doing a product shoot, and I don't know which of the pieces I'm gonna like mass produce, but like I said, I'm just taking my time.
Right.
I haven't even really dove into the women's stuff. It's gonna get a little more provocative. I want to deal with more of the stretchy materials and the feminine
I was
things.
gonna ask if there's like a woman's line coming or
Yeah, no,
something.
I got a lot of women stuff, but I just do streetwear. So it's like I ain't making all the like. I was looking on your page, like how you dress. I don't do those like those little cute little dresses and stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's like I'm too conscious. It's
Hmm.
more revealing, and it's like okay, I don't want to make it to where your boobies fall out and shit like that. Like that,
Right.
I just feel like women bodies are more technical. So it's
I can
just
see. I can see that.
yeah, it's just something I gotta figure out. I really want to figure this shit out with the women stuff, but I'm just still gonna take my time. I'm not in no rush. I don't know what could happen in the next 6 months, but I didn't already made shit for famous people. I didn't already made shit for NBA players, NFL players, rappers, young and old. So I really don't know. I just am having fun.
Well, when you're ready to do like photo shoots and stuff like that, I'm volunteering myself.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
volunteering myself to come take some pictures in your
Oh,
clothing.
we locked in. I like your energy. I watched some of your performances. You know, I like it. I like it. So we
Well,
locked.
thank you.
Yeah. If you need anything from me, if you got any ideas, we could collab. It could be yours. See, this is the part where I'm opening up and I'm letting you tell me or give me the vision because
Hmm.
we have a personal connection. It's not just a random person
Right.
saying make this. Like no, no,
Right.
no,
You're like, no.
no, thank you. For real, because I wear all this shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be fly. I'm gonna be fly.
Right.
Fuck you. Like for real.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. I really enjoyed our time. And whenever you ready, like if there's something that you want to announce or whatever, you always welcome to come back on the show and do your announcements and everything. If you want to advertise your commercial cleaning business, we could talk about that too.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, and it was great having you.
Thank you.
Everybody give it up for Mario, aka Rio. Fly to
What?
death
What? What?
extraordinaire.
What?
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
Thank you
yes.
for having me.
Absolutely. And as usual, my had to do it family, desire to inspire before you expire. And
Mm.
motherfuckers, we out. Gotta go, yeah.